Hello and welcome to round 4 of GP Kaina City. We are playing against Zangy, who is on a Bant Flash control deck. Let me just go through their deck quickly. Got a bunch of creatures. Blinded Visionary ramps you if as long as you're playing instance. Faithline Marshal spits out a bunch of tokens. Frog of Eternal Gloom bounces creatures, not that relevant against us. Interstellar Sage flashes back their entire deck. Soraya's Duplexy is a card draw spell. They got some counter spells in Cursory Glance and Ensorcel, which is particularly good against us. Card draw in Discern. They got Fateful Ascent as their removal spell of choice, and 3 copies of Sylvia as their only kind of endgame, late game card. So I think I'm favored in this matchup, but it's going to be a control mirror, so full brain power necessary. Let's get into it. And now, Zangy's rolled a 1, and I did not roll a 1, so I will be on the play. Uh, hmm. Well, this is an interesting hand. Yeah, I keep this. I guess I'm on the play. Do I need to leave up Overrule Thought turn 2? Do they have any 2-mana cards that I care about? Not really. They don't have the Jellyfish. That would be the 2-mana card that I would want to counter on turn 2. They can't do anything on turn 2 I care about. So I guess it's Rousing Path into Silent Lakefront for Plains? Yeah. Browsing Path turn 1. Turn 2. No, turn. This is turn 1 Silent Lakefront for Plains still. Yeah. Just get the tap land out of the way. Who knows what? I might draw a Seafloor Treasures next turn. Then I'll be really happy I have access to untapped lands on my next 2 turns. My opponent, I think, has to be the beatdown here if they want to win. My late game is certainly stronger than theirs. Wow, what did I just say? Browsing Path pass. Actual interesting decision here. Do I want a Seafloor in response? I think I do. I don't want this gotten by Cursory Glance. And as I said, there's no relevant 2-mana cards they would play on their turn that I would be able to overrule. So Seafloor now. Which I should have actually done main phase, but they've given me the opportunity. Clash or Seafloor? Seafloor in Graveyard obviously is a useful thing to do. Clash is not the most useful against them, although they do have a decent number of creatures. But I think controlling creatures is a thing my hand does just fine. Against control, keep card draw. Especially because I am a little short on lands right now. They're going to untap, play a land, and pass the turn. Yep. I draw a Discern, that's nice. I got a bunch of instants in my hand. I'm going to pass my turn. I don't want to give them the ability to spend 2 mana on a Cursory Glance if that's what they have. Now, they are going to play a land and pass their turn because all of their 3-drops have flash and there's no reason to do something on their turn when they could do it on mine. So I'm going to crack this Primal Fissure for an island. And then cast. I think I'll start with this Discern. They have a Discern, which they have up now. It's an Overrule Thought. Okay, now I'm going to cast a Seafloor Treasures. Looking for land, because I've not found another one yet. They could Cursory Glance this, and I wouldn't enormously care. It would make me more likely to miss that land drop, I guess, but they've no way of knowing I'm short on lands. And if they, play their counterspell here, yeah, they would be leaving themselves open to me slamming a 4-drop. And if I slam a passive, untap slam passive skills, and they don't have a counter up for it, they just lose the game on the spot. So they really can't afford to do that. Ooh, interesting. I think I take Lakefront here. Yeah. Although there is the argument that I should just take Chart the Cosmos and just, like, play immediately crack. But no, Lakefront is better. I do have 7 cards, so Seafloor Treasures is online. They might want to do something... Okay, about to say. It's possible they do something while I'm tapped out there, but... Zangy is in the habit of playing these kinds of matchups quite passively, which I am perfectly fine with. I think, as I said, they need to be the beatdown if they want to win. I'm just going to get planes and pass, leaving up Seafloor Treasures, Overrule Thought. They might go for a threat, untapped threat here, tax out my counters. That would be annoying, but generally fine. Nope, they don't go for a threat. They also don't crack Primal Fissure before they draw, so they're short on lands. Well, I'm going to flash back a Seafloor Treasure and see what they have to say about that. Okay. My top 2. Take a Misty Peak, bin Uku Chrysaris. Well, they've cast 1 spell this game, and I've cast a lot more than that, so I think I'm winning. Draw land, excellent. Question, do I want to just play an Offset Demon? It seems quite likely at this point that they have a Ensorcel. But, like, Ensorcel's gonna get me kinda no matter what. Also, did they not cast Discern on my end step last turn? What? They definitely had 3 mana up and could have cast Discern that turn. And, like, just getting through their... They don't have that many answers. They have just 4 Ensorcel, 2 my big Haymakers. And also, it's not even a big Haymaker, it's like a small Haymaker. While it's likely they have it, I think the trade is not that bad for me, especially since I'm hitting land drops. Of course, if they didn't crack Primal Fissure, they're certainly hitting land. They might be short on lands, actually. If they didn't crack Primal Fissure, they want to draw lands. The alternate... Oh, I have 8 cards in hand. No, I'm going to go to 7 when I play the land. Alternate plan is just leave up Seafloor Treasures, Overrule Thought. I'm hitting land drops, so I don't have to do anything. Next turn, I can Offset Demon, leave up Overrule Thought. But I also want to start playing my threats before they have Sylvia available. I think Offset Demon's going to get Ensorcelled no matter what, and I'm fine with that. And none of the threats they play here is that dangerous to me. This is going to get Ensorcelled. No, it's not. Okay. They have no Graveyard Hate main. Let me just confirm that. They could Frog it, I guess. Yeah, they could... That's Destroy, not Exile. Yeah. Okay. Let's do program B, I guess. I'm not in a huge rush. Frog seems likely the thing that's going to happen here. Yep, getting Island is going to be Frog. That's fine. Frog I don't enormously care about. Well, play a tapped Misty Peak. Pass the turn. They got a 3-1. They can have a 3-1 for quite a while. They're not pressuring me that much here. Sure. They ship. They got an untapped Silamon District. Primal Fissure. Okay. I love that I'm hitting my land drops. That's really important. As long as I'm hitting my land drops, I feel like I'm in great shape in this matchup. Just go for Offset Demon again. Yep. Just go for it again. If they Ensorcel it, it just comes back on the overflow next turn. So, yep. Guess that goes here. They got another Frog? Okay. If they have cursory glance here, this starts to get a little inconvenient. They do have cursory glance. Okay. Okay, they're doing what they need to do. They're trying to tempo me out here. They're gonna put me down to 9? Okay. That's a real clock. And I'm forced to act here, because they have the board. Ooh, that's nice. There's not going to be many opportunities to use that card really relevantly in this matchup. I don't need to deploy this offset demon urgently. I'm going to go for this Clarion. Could get cursory glanced, but once again, that's their own. Could get cursory glanced, could get, yeah. Annoyingly, if I had an untapped land, I could double overrule sought a cursory glance if they go for it, but they don't have infinite. Okay, they're going to let them go. Get my nice little 2-for-1 here. Play my tapped Primal Fissure and just ship the turn. I think I have to. That's a threat. I should probably kill that before they have Interstellar Sage up. Is they have another cursory glance? Nope, they don't. Okay, I'm tapped out, but they could go for Sylvia here. That'd be real. That'd be pretty annoying. So they just went. No, if they go to Sylvia, I can just countermeasures it, right? How much loyalty does Sylvia have? 5 can go to 7 loyalty. Maybe that's a problem actually. Oh yeah, if they have untapped land, Sylvia. No, it's just Faithline Marshal. Okay. Yep, they're going. But they did miss a land drop here. That's crucial. Would I like to draw a untapped? Would I like to draw a basic here? Well, what am I doing this turn? I'd like to counter. I'd like to play offset demons and countermeasures that, for which I need exactly as much mana as I have. They don't have that much counter magic. Like they didn't have cursory glance last turn. They certainly would have used it on my Uku's Crusaris. So they would have to have top decked it. I'm willing to take those odds. Do I want the land at this point? Not really. Triple. I have triple white. I have triple red. I have triple blue. I'm pretty much good. Get me an island, I guess. Stargazing. Well, that's very nice. Go for offset demon, I guess. They can't frog it. They can. Wait, did I forget? Oh, I forgot to move my programs. Whoops. My programs. Soon it's not going to matter. Oh, they're going to ensorcel it. Okay, that's only going to keep it down temporarily because I have the programs. Yeah, I could overrule sought that, but like, just I don't mind this being in my graveyard. I'm going to get it back in 2 turns. The question is, do I just countermeasure Faithline Marshal right now while I can? Or do I leave up the land in case to stop potential Sylvias? This doesn't. Faithline Marshal doesn't actually do that much to me. I could just Stargazing. Or I could just, like, I could just leave up Overrule Sought. Yeah, this is, like, not that important. They have 3 cards in hand. I'd rather get myself towards something powerful on my own end. Just flashback a seafloor treasures. They get him for 3. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to flash back a Seafloor Treasures. Look, a Deafening Clarion. They don't have any creatures with more than 3 toughness. This is just better than Clash. Sure, take that. Bin that. Wouldn't mind drawing another land, but don't need it. Oh, Path of Scales. Nice. That's how I'm winning this game. I like the idea of leaving Overrule Sought just constantly because I don't want to get randomly Sylvia'd. That's a way I could lose this game. But I am like at the point where I'm thinking, how do I lose this game? Because this is pretty close to locked up. Go for Stargazing first. Go for Clarion first. I want to know if that resolves. Yep, they just let it go. Do I just want to tap out for Passive Scales? No. No rush. Stargazing? I don't think they have any counter spells in hand. Maybe an Ensorcel. View top 1. Windmeeting Stones. I think I don't. The second Overrule Sought's kind of redundant. And I do like hitting land drops. So I'll leave that there. Draw a card. Discard Overrule Sought. And then I'll just play that tapped, I think. I can flash back Discern. Sounds like a plan. Next turn I'm going to get back an Offset Demon. It's a good turn to play Passive Scales when I can immediately attack it. Go for a Faithline Marshal. That's their third Faithline Marshal. I still don't care about this card. I still don't care about this card. It's just a creature. It's like a small creature. Might get to like 4 power. Ooh. Oh, it's going to ramp them. Okay, I care more about the ramp than the card draw. Than the 1/1s, for sure. Not countering that. This is earmarked for Sylvia, because now they have... Now you get it everywhere. That's your second spell. I don't care about the 1/1. I do care about their everywheres. I do care about them getting mana advantage over me. That I do not like. I could countermeasures that. Don't want to. It'll be a while before this races my Offset Demon. They shock and Lucid Basin. And take my 2. Why do they need 7 mana? They still can't Sylvia plus... okay. If I Discern here, they could go for Sylvia. Through Woven Oath. But they can't get it to survive. Is that worth it? I guess next turn they can probably just make some everywheres, and this Overrule Sought's not going to be available anymore. If they go for Sylvia, what? No matter what they do, I can always kill it with countermeasures because I get back Offset Demon, and if they make a blocker, I can countermeasure Sylvia. Otherwise, yeah. So I think I can go for this Discern. Maximum value. They're thinking about, they have Sylvia. They gotta have Sylvia. That's the only thing you'd be thinking about. Ooh, Island, love it. Gonna play a Sylvia? Not gonna play it. Very conservative. Very slow. That's how I expect Zangy to be playing this. I have an Offset Demon now. I think I'm gonna play this Path of Scales. Maybe they ensorcel it. If they do, I'm not like torn up about it. They do ensorcel it. No, the Interstellar Sage 4 ensorcel it. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty nice. It's not bad yet. Sure. Yep, they get another tapped everywhere. Okay, that's enough lands that they can Sylvia through an overrule thought here. There's not much point holding this up anymore. So I'm going to play Island and Stargazing. Look at my top one. It's a Discern. Huh. Draw that, discard Offset Demon? Sure. Draw. Discard the demon. This goes back to hand. I'm not that in that much danger of dying. I can countermeasures something big if it comes down. Although my two big sweepers, my two Clash of Overcross are both in my graveyard, so I do have to be aware of that. Oh, attack. They got another frog? They got another frog. Got another frog. I might be forced to interact with them. I think I might overrule Sot this. I'm never hitting anything over overrule Sot ever again, so I should do it now. This is somewhat relevant. Okay. Don't bin anything relevant, although good not to bin too many passive scales is. I gain my 3, go to 10. They can hit back for 5, but next turn I get 2 of these, so I'm still winning this race. I can discern. I better like behave like I have a 2-mana instant in hand. Okay, there's gonna pass. I'm gonna discern. Clash at Mr. Vale. That's pretty good for clogging up the board. Untap. They wanted to do something to do with their end step, not my draw step, so. Boop. I have a Discern in my graveyard. They have 2 Discerns in their graveyard, which they have somehow not managed to flash back yet. Clash at Rail is very likely to be countered because every one of their counter spells hits it. I'm still going to try. There's no harm in trying. I mean, what else? It's not going to do anything in my hand. They only have 2 cards left. Well, but they have Interstellar Sage. Yeah, it's going to get either Curse for Glance or Discern. The question is, do I want to countermeasures a Faithful Marshal right now? No, I want to do it on their turn so I have more time to play the cards. I'm going to gain up to 11. They're going to hit me down for 6. And they're actually not making any headway. Especially if I countermeasures. Yeah, they have infinite mana at this point. That's not the problem. They can flashback Discerns, which is annoying. I don't like that. It's okay. Annoying, but it's okay. Wait, shouldn't that curse? Yeah. Yep. There we go. That's gonna work. Okay, let me cast a Stargazing. Maybe I draw another one. Look at my top 1 card. It's a mountain. I'll get this one. I don't need mountain. Lucent Basin. Don't need a Lucent Basin either. Hit you for 6 lifelink. They have something. Fateful Ascent? Probably Fateful Ascent. Got 2 more Clarions I can draw. No, they just take it. Okay, go to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to have to countermeasure some stuff to prevent damage. Oh, they're taking a phone call. Okay, so it's been a fast-paced match so far. Basically, if I can weather this onslaught and find another value spell, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I'm currently winning the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're gonna hit me down to 2. Then I hit them down to 3, go up to 10. Go up to 8, and then okay, then I do. So I do have to do something, but I can countermeasures their creatures on their upkeep, I believe. Yeah, upkeep phase. I should stop on their upkeep before they might draw something that could stop my countermeasures on their Faithline Marshal, and then yeah, do that, draw my cards. If they counter that, yeah, then it starts being a little tricky. Exciting game. And of course, I always have the Hail Mary of just cast Uku's Chrysaris. Hope they don't have Ensorcel. Although I've only seen one of them. None in Graveyard. And then Uku's Chrysaris can just be a blocker, I guess. Apparently, Zangy has caused a power outage. Sure. Okay, gonna stop on their upkeep. They can flashback one Discern. Sure. I can sneak this through counters now, but it's only just the cursory glances. What's this? They're just getting their discern value right now. Makes sense. Did they draw a cursory glance? If they did, it's kind of awkward for me. Okay. I get to exile 2 cards. Chart Windbeaten Stones. Okay. Chart's a redraw at least. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of those is summoning 6. This is attack for 6. Silliman District. No, one of those you made during your upkeep. You can't attack with it. Sure, go to 5. Man, I positioned these overflows incorrectly. Okay, not a great draw. Well, before anything happens, let's cast these card draw spells, because we're not doing much else. Because we might draw a battle if we want to attack, although at this point we're probably just attacking face. Draw a card, make a chart. It's another countermeasures. They're corrupted for sure. Well, it's stargazing then. Clarion. How do I feel about Deafening Clarion? How I feel about it is that how I feel about Deafening Clarion depends on how many offset demons I deal damage to them this turn. What I feel about it is I like it more than Misty Peak. Okay. They just take it. Okay, how I currently feel about Deafening Clarion is that I don't feel a need to cast it right now. I think I'm just passing. Do I want to crack this chart? No, I want to leave up double countermeasures if I need it. Sure. Even Sylvia's not great here. I can double countermeasures it. It's a frog. Let me do some frog math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a little close. They have no creature lands in there. So they bounce both of... They can't bounce both of them. There's down... I guess they could. How many frogs do they have? They have 4 frogs, so they could have second frog. Bounce both demons. Well, I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to K. But I might kill that on their upkeep. Okay. Move this to my hand. Just keep myself safe. They have Cursory Glance at this point. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 is not 11. Do I want to countermeasures the frog again right now? Let me just read Sylvia. I don't read this card very often. Yada yada. Make it 4/4. You gain 3 life. That's the annoying part. That gets into 6. No, I want this countermeasures as a potential answer to a Sylvia. Because their best way of surviving of Sylvia, I guess they can Sylvia on their turn, gains 3 life. They can either gain 3 life or make a blocker, either way that prevents 3 damage. But then and so that I need to get this offset demon into play, and they might have another counter spell. So do I want the countermeasure in that case? They can't do 1 extra damage to me in any way from this position. And is being at 1 different from being at 4? No, it's not. Go ahead. I'll flashback this Discern instead. If they frog my other offset demon, then I'll have to cast both and hope they don't have any more. Yeah. Go to 1. Got another frog? They need 2 answers, right? They need 2 relevant cards because I have 2 offset demons. Flashback a Discern. Okay, I have 3 offset demons. Oh, that's right. That's an echo. Draw Lucent Basin, main 1. So like they have 2 cards in hand. Sylvia stops an offset demon. Like every card they have no cards that can stop 2 offset demons. So if I just cast 2 offset demons, they die. Cast offset demon. Attach here. Okay, cast another one. Yep, they had 2 answers, but not 3. Frog is 1 answer. You need the second one. Okay, they only had 1 answer, so they were dead to the first demon. Okay, very nice. That's how we like to do things. In this matchup, they're kind of control, but really they're more like a tempo deck. I still do want Skylords and Sizcalls. Do I want Shock? Not really. Faithline Marshal is a really important card that I want to kill. And I want the extra damage for Sylvia. Against control, I don't think I want... Clarion did something that game, but I don't want that many of them. Mistrit Veil gets hit by all their counter spells, and it's the kind of thing that like could be a liability because they're bringing in they do have things in their sideboard for me. They have Omen Mare mainly is the main thing they have for me. That's like pretty annoying if they destroy my Clash of Mr. Veil with that before it gets any value. So yeah, I want one of them. Maybe I do. Also possible like these Clarions aren't doing much. On the draw, Overrule Thought's less good, but still okay. Maybe I don't want Clashador with Cross. Maybe that's like too big. Yeah. I think I'll run it like this. I'm on the draw, so I want my catch-up cards, not my assertive cards. Yeah, they have Looming Psyhawks, which I guess they could bring in Looming Psyhawk. It doesn't do almost anything. I guess it stops you making overflow tokens. They shouldn't do that. Eltonon's not good. Oris crosses in their sideboard. I don't want that, clearly. They could bring in Crucibles because I have a little bit of graveyard synergy, but that's kind of thin. If they do, I might side out offsets, but I think they probably do bring Crucibles. It's just good. In which case, maybe I trim Seafloor, but Seafloor is good enough on its front face. And so is Offset, to be honest. Golden Bloom. Can name Sylvia. That's not nothing. Can also name Crucibles. Best answer to Crucible. I'm fine running it like this. They're really thinking on their sideboard choices. Yeah, Crucible's an interesting decision. Psyhawk, less interesting, but they could do it. I'm on the draw, I assume. Yep. Okay, this hand has 2 lands and a Seafloor Treasures and 2 Overrule Thoughts, and yeah, I think I keep this. Yeah, gotta draw land, but you know, I'm on the draw. I have a card draw spell. All their threats cost 3 or more, so easy keep. Not easy keep. Obviously prefer more lands in this matchup. Basin, no Discern. I have a Discern. I'm just gonna cast that. Draw a Primal Fissure. Excellent. Just what I was looking for. It's not clear to me whether this gets second blue for passive scales or first white. Ooh, Crucible. Okay, early Crucible. I respect it. That's gonna get some cards filtering. They did bring in the Crucibles. Okay. I actually don't know what I'm getting with this clash. With this Primal Fissure. I guess I can delay the decision. The Scry Crucible, certainly relevant. Forest Pass. Yep, they're going to scry. I'll let them do that before I see Floor Treasures. Passive Skills is less safe in this matchup because Omen Mirror does kill it. What are they looking at? Very bottom. See Floor Treasures. Wait, they could counter this. Okay, glad I didn't look before they said K. Lucent Basin or Clash. I already have a Clash, so I'm going to exile that one, put this in hand. This is exiled. But do they want to put a threat right now while I'm tapped out? Also, this Primal Fissure now gets planes because I have double white, double blue. Other passive scales. Yeah, just Primal Fissure pass. I don't have anything else I can do. Crucible is kind of a threat to me that I have to deal with. I have to respect, at least. Do they play a threat? Just a 2-1 Interstellar Sage? I think I just... Yeah, Crucible makes Interstellar Sage a little horse, I guess. I don't think I care about that. I could Overrule Sod it just to keep the 2-1 off the board. then they could... If I don't overthought this, they're just going to pass on their next turn. But then it opens up a margin where they could play our actually threatening card, which is, I guess, just Faithline Marshal is the threatening card they could play. Blind Visionary would be annoying. And would be a kind of thing they play. I think I actually do counter this. Just because, like, it's not... If they... Because the thing is, like, if they... Ooh, Sylvia gone. And they sided an Eltonod. Why did they do that? Okay, that's a weird play. Basically, I don't want to mill myself because I don't want to mill all of my planes for Primal Fissure. Is the decision there? That's the only reason I milled them. Uh, if they play a threat here, they can't counter my passive scales. So that's why I did it that way. They bottom again. I would like to draw more lands, so I'm just gonna draw for turn. Silent Lakefront. I think I just go for a passive scales. If they got in Sorcels, they got it. Yep, and this is gonna get planes. Shock and Illusion Basin. If they got it, they got it. They only got 4 of them. Those are their only answers to this, other than Omenmare, I guess. Oh, Omenmare. Oh, his counters as well. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. Right, I forgot that does work. I mean, it's going to happen eventually. It's not like I can force them to tap out, really, by any means. So, I just got to hope they don't have a second one. Right. But yeah, this is a kind of way they can win. They only have 3 cards in hand. So, eventually they could run out of relevant plays. Okay. Offset. It doesn't get Omenmare. It does get Ensorcelled. They could still have Ensorcel very easily. Do I have passive scales or do I offset? I think of passive scales. They only have 3 Omenmares, right? They have 3 Omenmares. They have 4 Ensorcels. Next turn I get Clash. Maybe they counter that, maybe they don't. I think I want to play Path because suppose they counter with Omenmare. The next turn I go for Clash and maybe then they're out of counters. Yeah, just play passive scales. Sure, I'm gonna take a little bit of lumps here, but still chilling. If they don't have the 3rd counterspell for Clashador's Cross, I'm actually just right back in this. And they got 2 cards in hand, but they have been scrying, because they've seen a lot more cards. They don't want to draw lands, which makes sense. They don't really have big plays around the space. We know they kept in the Sylvias, which wasn't really in doubt, but we saw one get exiled off of that. There's no way they play a creature here. Yeah, Clearwater Grotto, shock it in. Makes sense. Could be Sylvia. That'd be unfortunate. I don't really have much I can say about that. Play this. They got the 3rd counterspell? No, they got Ensorcel as well. Yeah, they just had a... If they got counter into counter into counter, it's gonna get me. I could still get out of this, by the way. If I just draw... If I just draw another, like, untapped land or removal spell, actually, just... Or Clarion. That also does it, I guess. Yeah. Does this work? Wow. Yeah, okay, they just had every counterspell they needed. I guess I could have played that... There isn't really a less greedy way I could play that. I just had them. Yeah. Maybe I don't want Sizcall. Maybe like they're tempo-y enough that this is not how we're doing things. Maybe I just want shock instead. I can believe that. Just one shock. I still have 4 Crusaris, 2 Clarion. I don't want to be over-indexed on that. I get to be on the play again in this game 3. Actually, on the play, do I want to bring in a Clash at Mystery Vale again? It does get countered by everything, which is not ideal. I really love like a 4 mana. I guess what I have, yeah, what I have is like Big Elton on. That's my counter spell. They don't have a lot of only Omenmare hits. Because the advantage of Mr. Vale is something I can deploy a little earlier. I think I want to try one of them. I don't ever want to draw two, but I think these Sizz calls, this is just not that kind of matchup. I'm going to value them anyways. That fair? Maybe it is. Toss these. I haven't yet resolved the passive scales, but it is good. Maybe I have too many of them. Yeah, I want to be a little leaner, especially on the play. Like if I deployed a threatening thing on turn 3 that game, I'm in a much better situation because I'm able to kind of start taxing their counters one turn before they have them up. Okay. Nice simple game so far. This is a 2-land hand for Chart the Cosmos, so that's an easy keep. No white mana for Uku's Crusade. Is this a keep? Turn 1 island chart. Turn 2 crack chart. I got Uku's for one of their Uku's for one of their threats. Clash. I got a bunch of answers. Only 2 lands. Overrule Sought is pretty nice, but it's not everything. How do I feel? No white mana, unless I find it off Chart the Cosmos. I don't like mulliganing, though, especially in this matchup where it's going to be trading card for card a lot. I got a bunch of answers. I can survive a while. I think this is a keep 7. Especially, okay, they're mulliganing, which makes me glad, for sure. They keep an easy 6. Put 1 down. They put 1 down. Primal Fissure. And I'm sure that Crucible last game did a ton of work. It bottomed 2 cards, which probably would allow them to find everything they needed. Oh, that's really not the card I wanted to draw here. Double white card. Tapped Silly District. Okay. Draw is going very poorly. Drew 2 white cards in my hand that has no white mana. Crack chart. Clarion. Shock. Mr. Vale. Windbeaten Stones. Excellent. But actually didn't really want to draw any of those cards anyways. Yep, let me go to my turn. Chart the Cosmos. Sure. It means I put down Overrule Sought, but it's not that big a deal. I need to hit my land drops. Chart the Cosmos. Why didn't I do things in that order? Now I don't have up Overrule Sought for absolutely no reason. I guess I have up Uku's Crusaris instead. I don't have double white for Clash yet. I would like to find that. I think I cracked this chart. It does mean I'll have 9 cards in hand next turn, so I might have to discard to hand size. I don't love that. Hopefully I draw a playable threat. I could also not crack chart, but that seems very bad. I think I crack chart. I'm not going to have the mana available. Lakefront, okay. Pascal is not ideal to play when I already have 8 cards in hand. I'd rather trade off some stuff first. I guess I'm fine staring at each other as long as I'm still hitting land drops, but I'm gonna have to do something soon. Got 5 answers to creatures in my hand. Basically which does mean I have time to spare if I need it. Do I silent Lakefront here for planes? I think I do. Somehow I might be forced to clash. Yeah, silent Lakefront for planes is correct. Because if I'm not playing Path of Scales this turn, playing Path of Scales might still be correct. The existence of Omamary is not as safe as it usually is. I might want 5 mana next turn for something. Don't know what. Oh. It's Clash Doors Cross, right? Yeah. Land. Yep, as usual. Okay, now we're into a normal control mirror. Philosophy of normal control mirror. Long as I'm hitting my land drops, I don't need to do anything. The player who misses a land drop has to make the first move. Well, they don't miss a land drop here. Well, I'm still hitting my land drops, so it's all good on my end. I could Path of Scales, leave up Overrule Thought, but that doesn't actually do much. Tap land pass. If they develop a threat, I can deal with it. Just looking to draw more lands, honestly. That's how I get ahead in this game. And sweet, more lands. Yeah, I could play Path of Scales, but I have no need to do that. And I'm hitting my lands. They're thinking. What are they thinking about? They're thinking about a... What are they going for here? They're going for some kind of threat. They blink first. They must be out of lands. Take an island. Or are they just looking for a safe time to crack Primal Fissure? No, okay, that's just a safe time to crack Primal Fissure. Okay. Weird. Why do you crack Primal Fissure? Don't you want to draw lands? They're hitting lands regardless. Cheap threats would also be reasonable, but not objecting to more lands. Wow, we are both drawing a ton of lands. Seafloor Treasures, finally some action. Play a tap Wimbledon Stones, pass, but now I'm going to have to Seafloor Treasures on their end step. Oh, they draw some card draw too? Okay. Immediately flash it back. Okay. I'm going to do a similar thing with Seafloor Treasures on their end step. Seafloor. Look at my top 2. Ooh, Clash at Mistrit Vale. Yeah, that's a thing I'd like to just run out. And just see what happens to it, and I can put a Discern in my graveyard. I could flash it back. I can flashback to seafloor treasures. Next turn I'm going to... I don't need to do that now. I can do that next turn. I do want to avoid discarding the hand size, as much as I would like to hit my lands. Draw a Silent Lakefront. That's actually kind of interesting here. Clash it, Mr. Vale. They almost certainly have a counter that could hit this. Yeah, it's going to be Cursory Glance. That's kind of expect. The annoying thing with the card is it's a threat that hits by Cursory Glance, which is unfortunate. I think I just let that go. I have these Discerns. I think I flash back a Discern right now? No. Although I am missing my land drop. Not that unfortunate. This is their 9th land. And I also have 9 lands, so we're even right now. If they play a land drop here, they'll be ahead. They are ahead now. They're on 10 lands to my 9. Ooh, Death Stargazing. That's really nice. Grab Stargazing. Bin Clarion. Move to hand. Okay, so slightly more lands than I want. I'm going to cast a Stargazing. Being my top one. Misty Peak. Sure, I'd rather have an Overrule Thought's definitely outstayed its welcome, so draw, discard an Overrule Thought, put this back in hand, play a Misty Peak. Oh, I'm still at 8? I'm still at 8. I don't want to play Silent Lakefront. It does feel like having the hard counter is really nice for Sylvia and such. And this is not being counterable is very useful. I just discard the other Overrule Thought. It's annoying, but I do. So what am I looking for? Looking for the hitting more lands. Looking to start a fight with something like an offset demon, I think. Because offset demon only gets countered by Ensorcel. They're hitting their lands, that's for sure. I could easily lose this game. And they got stuff they're thinking about. They got plenty of cards in their hand. Yeah, this hand was very reactive, which is kind of how my deck is. Okay, I could flashback this Discern, but then I might have to discard the hand size, so I don't think I want to do that. Ooh! Now that's the threat I want to start a fight with. I can do this, leave up Silent Lakefront. It has to be Ensorcel. Probably I'm 1 mana short. I want to be able to lead. They Discern? Okay. Looks like they don't have the Ensorcel. So I can Lakefront to force this through. Maybe I should have waited. I guess I don't have that many counters, so. If I counter this, I guess they don't have a ton of removal, I guess. They could. I'd be worried about them having. They might have sided out some Fateful Ascents. It doesn't have great targets against me. So I think I do this. Also gets cards out of my hand. Do they have second ensorcel? Obviously, if they do this and they just Fateful Ascent my Skylord and I don't have mana up to protect it, that's unfortunate, but... Yeah, if I have one more mana, I could Skylord Lakefront leave up blue to activate. But I don't, so yeah, that's why hitting your land drop is really important in these matchups. If I had 11 mana instead of 10, I'd be in a way better spot. They play Sylvia. What does Sylvia do? Not much. Sure. Sylvia untapped lands in Sorcel again? Get my Skylord. Okay, Sylvia's pretty annoying. Oh, you're just making a 4/4? Okay, it's just a 4/4. Whew. Thought it was something dangerous. It's just a 4/4. Okay. Do they have Fateful Ascent? They do. That's annoying. Yeah. Expected. I probably should have waited a turn, is what that means. That was just completely my fault. Yeah, and there's the island too. Ugh. Well, let's try to kill Sylvia. They got Cursory Glance. I have enough mana to do this and that. Okay, they're a little short on cards. And I do have enough mana to do everything I want. Do it again. Got another Cursory Glance. They got the third one. They got Omenmare. Actually pretty fine with that. Because now they don't have mana to Omenmare this Clashador's Cross. Yep, there we go. And they can plus this to 3 and just gain 3 life. But then I can just kill it with a countermeasures on my next turn. Leave it crack chart, I think. Yeah, big mistake playing that Ulfin one turn too early. Definitely should have counted my mana and thought through what my options were. Okay, but we both spend a bunch of our resources. They're down to 3 cards. I'm down to 3 cards. They got a Sylvia. I gotta probably countermeasures it. Once again, one more mana could countermeasures it on my turn. Safe from more counterspells. What is this? Second Sylvia? I have an X-Spell. Oh, they need a second Sylvia. Interesting. On their turn, no less. Gonna plus immediately? No, minus. Interesting. Kind of a weird play. Ooh, Silent Lakefront. That's a good one. Draw land. Okay, I have to think through my play here. What do I know about their hand? They don't have an Ensorcel, or they would have Ensorcelled Clashador's Cross. Or they didn't have an Ensorcel last turn, at least. I do want to deal with this Sylvia. Countermeasures is my current answer to that. Which means I'm not killing Clash, but remember, they can always blow these up with Owen Mare, so they're not safe. The Angel I can leave in play for a while. I think go Passive Scale first. Probably Countermeasure Sylvia after, but I don't have to. Haven't played a land yet this turn. Casting Passive Scales. What do they have to say about that? Do you see? I have a Discern in my graveyard I'm not going to forget about. Oh, what do they got? Omen Mare? Omen Mare. Oh, I should have Lucent Base into that. Should I? No, I probably should let it go. But I should have think about lucenting it. Gonna Stargazing. Skylord, that's good. Now I have the mana for it. Now I can discard Lucent Basin. And I just countermeasures Sylvia right now. Leave up Discern. Oh, I'm being so sloppy. I should do this on their upkeep. I'm playing so sloppy this game. Oh, that's a good card. Undeniable. Oh, right. I forgot. It's next end step. So sloppy. Okay, I deserve to lose this game. That's what's happening here. Oh, they're gonna Fateful Ascent just to deny me the countermeasures. That's perfectly fine for me. That's one less card in their hand I have to worry about. Okay, I'm tapped down. Attack your 7. I'm going to Discern. Take out Cursory Glance. Omen Mare? Could be Omen Mare, I guess. Siscall. There's the one of Siscall. Doesn't seem to be where this game's going now. I have nothing relevant in my graveyard? No. Okay, now I can do the thing that I should have done before. Play Ulfin Skylord, leave up Silent Lakefront. Plus, leave up Silent Lakefront plus activate Skylord. Yeah. They also used 2 of their Fateful Ascents, so, and they might have sided some out. The Adventurous Soreus Duplexi. Oh, I forgot I need answers to the big half of Soreus Duplexi. I guess I should have brought in Fateful Ascents. I didn't bring them in. I forgot they have adventure creatures that I do eventually need to answer. Oh, they find it in Sorcel. At this point. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna lose this game. Oh, what a series of misplays. Okay, this at least keeps me safe for a turn, because I can block with it. The other Clash Doors Cross is in my graveyard, so I need to find Eltonon as my answer to Soraya's Duplexi. I need 10 mana for that. And that kills my own Skylord. Yeah, it's rough. I haven't drawn any Eltonons yet, so they are in there somewhere. Ugh. Now the good news is I'm guaranteed top cut no matter what. So this is just like top cut placement. Okay, so the question is, do I want to activate Skylord right now? Looking for an answer to Soraeus. I don't think I sided in the Fateful Ascents, which I certainly should have. Second, another burn spell does it because I can do countermeasures plus that burn spell. Anything else I'm looking for? I guess I could just make a bunch of chump blockers with Clashador's Cross, but it's going to get in a hand eventually. Eltonon is my main out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The thing is, if I'm going for Eltonon, I can't spend that much mana. I can take one hit, I guess. See, if I activate this, they can Fateful Ascent it in response. I don't think I want to do that. Rousing Path, not ideal. I'm going to cast this Stargazing, I guess. Discern. That protects my Skylar was not really what I'm looking for here. Draw Island. I guess I discard Rousing Path. Play Island, use Skylord. Draw a card. It's Eltonon! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I guess my plan is let them use Okay. Here's the plan. Countermeasures my Clash, just so I can get the 1/1 chumper for Soraeus Duplexi. Then, after they've attacked with it, Eltonon for 10 on my next turn. I think I'm playing really, really loose. That's another countermeasures. Wow. I guess I kill the angel. No reason not to. I hate to, like, wipe out my own Clash at Aura's Cross. I can stop on my end step. No, until my next end step. I can't do it on my end step. I guess there's no reason not to use it. Sure, hit the angel. Primal Fissure. Ah, and I played my land already, although I think I have all my basics. No, I'm short of planes. Okay, playing out of my mind sloppy right now. There's an Omen Mare in play, there's an Omen Mare in their graveyard. Those are the two things that can counter Path of Stillness. I'm getting close to being able to double block the dang thing. To copy now. I'm just gonna chump. How many Soraeus Duplexi do they have? 3? This might be a problem. Possibly I should have hit. Actually, I should have hit them for 5 last turn. I'm making so many sloppy plays. unbelievable number of sloppy plays. Draw a shock. Go to my turn. Okay, let's not. Chrysaris, okay. I mean, it's probably going to come down to, like, they only have two Faithless. They have two Faithlessness left as ways to remove big creatures. I have only a few ways left to remove big creatures. It's going to come down to the big creature battle, I think. Do I attack first? Yeah. If I Elton on, it gets countered. Then I can Ukus the Omen Mare. Chump 1, take 8. Dealing 6 of them is actually possibly relevant. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I have to have all my mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. X equals. Wait, X equals 8 and leave 2 untapped, like a not a doofus. They gotta have Omen Mare. Omen Mare is the one card that stops this. If they got Omen Mare, they got it. But nope, just happens. And I guess I cast a Sizcall? Sure. Okay, I have 18 cards in my deck, and I'm going to get to see kind of as many of them as I want at this point. Next turn? Yeah, next turn. Why not next turn? Sylvia? Yeah, it's a K. Gonna tax my ability. Is that their last Sylvia, or they have 4? They have 3. Okay. Make 2 angels. Sure. I can get Elton on play just blocker mode. They have 2 Faithful Ascent left. I can shock that. Okay. Overall thought. Hi, that's not very useful. Okay, let me sync through. Actually sync for once. I'm winning the game off Uku Trisaris and Elton on beatdown. That's my only way of winning by now. I can draw with Sizcall. I want to shock Sylvia. I want to Uku Trisaris Sylvia if that doesn't work. I want to cast Elton on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I cast Elton on first, which means I have to pass on Sizcall, but it's not. Which is annoying. I probably should have put it in a turn away, but yeah, another misplay. Sizcall should go on B, definitely. I think I cast Elton on, and if that resolves, then I have free reign to shock this because they can't cast any spells. Yeah, actually, no matter what happens with Elton on, I get to shock this. I get to use shock and Ukrusars to my heart's content because they can't cast spells until my next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Elton on. They get a Faithline Marshal. That's a K. I guess Sylvia's not doing anything right now. 1 mana short, as always. I can shock Sylvia, or I can Ukus the Faithline Marshal. They can attack me for 6. They can't cast any spells. I think I just shock Sylvia? Or I could, yeah. I could Ukus the Faithline. Okay, let's think this through. My options here are Ukus Faithline, Go to 12. Sylvia gets to live a turn. They can't cast anything until my next turn, but then on my next turn, they can cast things again. So they could stop me from. I think I want to shock Sylvia because I want to stargazing first. My top one. No, they're Eltonoth. That's actually really important. Draw that, discard Overall Thought. And then just shock Sylvia right now. And if they hit me for 7, I think I'm actually fine. Go to 3 cards in hand. They don't attack. Which is interesting. They could have thrown away an angel to hit me for 6. Not implausible, that's what they should have been doing. They pass. Draw a land. Okay. I think I Elton on X equals 3. They can cast spells now, but once again, it has to be exactly Omenmare. They didn't have Omenmare when I went for Elton on last time. I threw all of my Silent Language. I only have 3 of them. Yeah, Elton on X equals 3 burst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I want Stargazing first? Wait a minute, let me think. Could I draw things Stargazing to make the difference? Well, if I'm playing 5 on this, I can't follow it up with anything. Right? I can't follow up with a big card. No, I could. This costs 8. I would have 8 left. No, I want to Stargazing first. Give me one. Stargazing. It's like a Crucible, except it costs 1. Ooh, Seafloor Treasures. Do I want Seafloor Treasures? Come see, come saw. I guess I'll keep it on top. I could just discard it, honestly. It's easy enough to flash back. I can discard Windbeaten Stones at this point. Okay, now we Elton on. Have they drawn an Omenmare? Drawn Discern. By which, okay, they got 2 more looks looking for Omenmare number 3. Oh, they'd find it. No, they found it. Alright, this is in flashing back the turn. Okay. They should be getting Faithline Marshal triggers off of this. Not that they matter enormously. There wouldn't be humming if they had an Omenmare. If they had no Omenmare, they'd be casting it. Because they presumably do not want me exiling. Yep. That gets all of their problems. And my Sizz Call, unfortunately. That Sizz Call was turned out to not be a great plan in this matchup. Whoops. No, those are an exile. Whoops. Nope. The Eltonon is not an is in exile, but is on an adventure. Okay, well, now I'm going to hit them for 10. Then I guess I'm going to pass, because could I see Floor Treasures and anything I want to play? Not enormously. Might have the value. They did bring in Psyhawk. Sure. Go right ahead. I'm probably going to Ukus that. But they're probably leaving up as a blocker is what's happening. They're not attacking if it. Not sure why this got brought in. We've all made some silly plays this game. Try to kill that. Cursory glance, cursory glance. Seafloor. Look at my top 2. I don't want Primal Fissure, I guess. I'll take Passive Scales. Bin these, sure. Uh, 11 cards in deck. That's definitely not how I'm losing this game. Let's just cast a Passive Scales, see if we draw a removal spell for a Looming Psyhawk. He has the ensorcel for it. That's ensorcel number 3. And where did their Snapcaster mages go? Should I just cast another one? Cast another Path of Scales? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess I do. They got a 4th one? No, they don't. Well, I'm going to cast this Ukutrasaurus because if it resolves, I win the game. They got another Cursory Glance? That sounds like a no. They had a Crucible in hand. And a Primal Fissure. Wow. Despite misplaying out of my mind that game, making like at least 4 completely unprompted, just objective misplays that game, we are 4-0, moving on to top cut. Yep. Just give them the GG. Yeah, misplayed out the wazoo, but my deck building apparently has saved me where my gameplay cannot. 4-0, I think we're top. I think we're top seed, going to top cut. Might have the top deck. Zangy is knocked out. Zangy was we were the pair down, so Zangy was 2-1 and is now eliminated. Good night.